Hello folks, this is Larry again, and this is kind of a fun video where I get to show you some of the work I've done. The first thing I want to show you is something that's not done on plastic canvas. It's done on what's called mono canvas, which is not stiff, it's soft, it's made out of fabric. But I'm very proud of it. I made it a long time ago, and it took a long time to make this thing because these are all half cross stitches. Something I didn't explain when I explained the stitches, when you make stitches, especially on something like this, which can buckle, is rather than making them in straight rows, you make them in diagonals. So you make one in the corner, and then a row of two, then a row of three, then a row of four. But here it is. And this, I don't think I can make that on plastic because plastic canvas doesn't come in pieces that big. Now, I want to show you a couple of things. I should tell you right now, a lot of people like to put pictures, like representational art, in their needlepoint. And I really don't like to do that because it never comes out quite right. You're kind of limited in the shapes that you can show with needlepoint. So I tend to favor geometric shapes. So I got into this idea of making these interesting designs. Here's one, and this is all made with the satin stitch. I just used colors that I was hoping this would pop out at people. No, it doesn't do it that well, but I think it has some movement in it. This is just all satin stitches, and I tried to make the stitches in the direction away from the center so that these stitches and these stitches are going this way, these stitches and these stitches are going this way. Whoops, I have to hold this up higher. Okay. Here's another one, which is also just about the same stitch for the entire piece. Now, how do you do this? Well, I didn't do this from a pattern. In fact, I never use patterns. What I did was I had the picture, and I figured out how many rows are on here, which isn't easy to count because it's a complicated design. But I figured out how many rows and then how long the plastic canvas would need to be. You have to do a little math. And then I just looked at the picture and just followed the way it was done. It's really not as difficult as you would think. This is another fun thing. I found this yarn, which is rainbow yarn. It changes color, so you could do all these interesting things with it. What I did here in these blocks was I made blocks of 4 rows by 4 rows. So there's 4 going down covering 4 rows. And then the next one was vertical, the next was horizontal. And because this is variegated colors, it came out really looking nice. Then I have some very long satin stitches for the purple, which, as I said, if somebody was going to handle this, they could get their finger caught in it. And then in the center, if you can see, there are satin stitches and then there are cross stitches. I did that for variation. So I think that came out quite well. Okay, those are things that I hang on the wall. Oh, here's a few more flat pieces. This is called the Celtic knot. I just, I saw it somewhere and I copied it. It wasn't too difficult to figure out. This is all half tent stitches. And here's another one. Whoops. There you go. Well, it's not too hard to do. Let's see. Here's some. This thing I just cut the canvas in a spiral. So it comes out like that. And then I just sewed satin stitches and then edged it in white. And let me tell you, white and black both make excellent accent colors. This is that same rainbow material, and it's like 3 rows of satin stitching. And I have no idea what to use this for. thought I had some use for it, but it just looks pretty. Okay, what else do we have here? Well, I believe I showed you these in another video. Tissue cover boxes. This is very popular with plastic stitch people. So this is an example of three-dimensional use of plastic canvas needlepoint. Here's another one. Isn't this one weird? Look at all these colors on it. That goes over a tissue box. Speaking of boxes, this is one of my favorites. I love the colors, the pink and green. You can see I combined satin stitches with cross stitches, and I put green. They're all half 10 stitches for the green. What is this? Do you have 4 remote controls for your TV? I do, and I wanted something to put them in. So I got all my remote controls in here. This little thing in the middle, the divider, that is not easy to do because you have to put it in and then sew it in. And God, that took some doing. But I got it. It works. I use it all the time, and I really like it.